Welcome to KMT Line Model Railroad. It's June 14th, 2021, and this is update number 20. Okay, one of the things I did this month for Waterman Junction was I built this light box. It's using LED light strips and one big long light strip looped back and forth in there. The box itself is made out of 1.5-inch foam. I wanted to build it out of 1-inch foam, but all my local Home Depot had was 1.5-inch, so it works out okay. It's nice, heavy duty. It's not going anywhere. I can put some light stuff up on top, but not a lot. I didn't intend to use it as a shelf, but it lights the layout up pretty good. I like it, and yeah, move on to the next step. Okay, what we'll do next is on the right hand side, the east end of the Waterman Junction there, you can see the fenced area and you can see a mock-up building. And I think what we'll do next is talk about that KMT line storage area, that building, and some other stuff that I've been doing. So let's get to that. Okay, so this was my original idea. I was going to have one large building for the storage area, the supply area, and we were going to have a loading door here with a large dock that met the flat car and a crane and a hoist, and then a loading door here. And then I decided I really didn't like the one large building. I didn't like the look of it, so I thought I'd go ahead and change that up. And so this is the idea, my second idea. And that was going to be a smaller building, still have two loading doors, moving stuff in and out, a smaller door for people going in and out, the hoist, and the loading dock itself was going to be a little bit larger. And then I'd have a second building, and that would be this building here. And this building is going to be a welding shed. And I thought that would be kind of useful and something kind of cool to model. I'm not sure how much detail I'll be able to put into it, but I thought it'd be kind of cool. So I started working on that, and let's take a look and see what I got on the workbench. Okay, on the workbench, in the previous section, hopefully I talked about that there's going to be a welding shed over in the KMT line storage area on Waterman Junction. And so I started, for the last month or so, I've been working on this. It's just a simple framework. The construction is posts and slats. The posts are scale 6x6 posts, and the slats, all the framing, other stuff is scale 3x6. I wanted to do 1x6 or 2x6, but I didn't have any on hand, so I went ahead and just used the 3x6. In actuality, most of it won't be showing anyway. I have tin around it, tin roof and everything, so most of that won't be seen. Okay, the other thing that I did is since this is only representing 2/3 of the actual building, the other third is chopped off because this is going to be butting up against the backdrop. There, theoretically, or in real life, there would be a storage area back here. So what I have is a couple of pieces of tin, corrugated tin that I use for the back wall, and one of them has a door. So I constructed this door. It's all scratch built. The material I use is partially from a leftover kit, Foscale kit that they had for a door frame, and then I used 6x6 for the actual frame, and then a pinhead for the doorknob. The weathering is I used just regular old craft paints to do the weathering on it, and then I sprayed it with a quick shot of dull coat. Now for the roofing material, I'm using this corrugated aluminum that I got from Campbell. scale models. It is the HO, and it represents a well, they're 8 feet tall, scale 8 feet tall, and then you cut them up to whatever width you want. I've cut most of these up to 4 foot, so they're 4 by 8 pieces. I haven't cut all of them up yet. And then these are kind of shiny right now because they have a quick shot of varnish. What I did is I got some Tamiya paints and mixed them up with diluted them with some alcohol, and did pretty much just a wash. And what I did is I just used black, and I think it's flat black XF1, and then I used a little bit of flat white XF2, and mixed them up in different shades of a gray or a black, and then did a wash over it. And it's just layers, much like this is layers. And then when I was happy with what I got, I just give it a quick shot of varnish just to protect it so it's not trying to rub off or anything. Now, this is going to go on the roof. The sides of the building, just the two sides, I'm going to use the same material that I used here. And this is a material that I got from Northeastern Scale Lumber Company. And it's a bigger material. In fact, it's even thicker. It's a heavier material. This is quite flimsy, which is good. I like that. And this is heavier, and it represents, I think it's a 12-foot high, and I may be cutting it down to 4 by 8 sheets or something like that to put it on the side. I have not started weathering these yet, because this is going to be hidden behind, next to the wall at the east end of the layout, and this will be next to the larger building, the storage building, supply building. I'm not sure what kind of weathering, if I'll do anything at all. May just give it a slight wash of black and brown and leave it at that. I'm not sure yet, but that's what I've done there. I also made a concrete slab out of styrene. It's 40 thousandths styrene. I doubled it up around the edge, and then I weathered it, and I gave it a quick shot of dull coat, and so that'll go on there. And then the other thing I did is I made a welding curtain. And what I wanted, because when I worked as a welder, we always had a welding curtain go around our welding area, and no matter how big it was or anything like that. So I thought at the front of this building, right in here, there'll be a curtain drawn across. This will be drawn across there like that, and then this one will be folded up against this side of the building here. And hope you can see that. So I made a welding curtain. It is nothing but PVA glue and a couple of layers of tissue paper, and then I gave it a wash. And I didn't use the Tamiya and the alcohol because I was afraid the alcohol was just going to tear up everything. So I just used a quick wash of a black and a couple of different grays, cheap acrylic paint to do that. I may do a little bit more on it, I'm not sure, but so that's what I've got there. So now all I need to do is just start the construction. I'll glue these guys in, then I'll start on the roof, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do for the sides, and go from there. I won't make a video of the construction, just not set up to do that, but hopefully I'll get some pictures done as I complete each step, and I'll be able to add them into probably the next video, showing it what I did, final construction, and then showing it in place on the layout, hopefully. Alright, this is long enough. Let's move on to something else. Okay, so that's really all I have. This has been update number 20, and I want to thank everybody. If you're still watching, thank you very much. And thank you for all those people that have been asking about how my railroad and the layout's doing. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Everyone, please take care, be safe out there. See you later.